A curious wolf once found an entire human skin. He began to crawl inside from the neck. Gradually, the skin's limbs unfolded. The wolf's snout emerged from the human mouth. It was a very strange sight. Even more astonishing was that the wolf had fully donned the human skin. Everything looked surprisingly natural. A passerby walked by. The curious wolf stood up and began to follow him. He started running at full speed, though he trembled slightly, because this body wasn't his. Then, keeping to the roadside, he made his way toward the city. He passed by the gate of a company and grew curious upon seeing the people working there. He, too, needed to find a job to survive. He joined the line of people waiting for interviews. He even wrote something with a pen. The wolf was hired. Because of his hardworking and serious approach, the company's owner praised him. He even received a promotion. After that, the wolf, now earning a good income, began living in a big house. Looking at all these things, it seemed like everything was easy. The wolf was excited to play in the grass. He began crawling on all fours. A worker, seeing this, was frightened. To hide his identity, the wolf immediately stood upright. The employee went back to his work, though still confused. The wolf stared off into the forest. He began to miss the freedom he once had. Whenever he felt tired from work, he would gaze at the mounted prey on the wall. It would reawaken his lost hunger and wild desires. Time passed, and the wolf married a beautiful wife, but the abundant food before him no longer appealed. He looked at the puppy sitting in the woman's lap, and his hunger for raw meat stirred once again. The next day, he went to a pet shop and bought a cat. He hid it in the garage. He was extremely excited. He took the cat out, ready to feast. But just as he was about to eat, his daughter opened the garage door. She said, "Is this for me?" He couldn't reveal his identity in front of his daughter. His true self, long suppressed, was now restless. The mounted prey on the wall and a bookmark on the table kept rekindling his desires. That night, a wolf was shown eating meat on TV, and the fresh food in his daughter's lap drove him to further agitation. He told his wife, "I can't suppress my desires any longer." But his wife couldn't understand what he meant. Now the wolf's craving was out of control. The next day, during a company meeting, he began to hallucinate. The images of raw meat in the documents reminded him of his old wolf habits. He could no longer resist his thirst for blood. He looked at his colleague's neck. He leaped onto the table and lunged toward his colleague. Everyone present was shocked. At that moment, the wolf's true, long, hairy snout came out. The coworkers now realized he was a wolf wearing human skin. Many people together beat the wolf. Terrified, he ran and entered his own home. But seeing him in his real form, his wife and daughter were frightened. He removed the human skin and revealed his true self. He wanted his family to understand him. But his wife threw him out of the house.